Have you ever heard of the White House of Bayahibe? It's not in Washington, D.C. It's a massive $3 million mansion sitting on a cliff in a quiet tourist town in the Dominican Republic. And it holds a dark, unsolved secret. This story begins with a Russian couple, Alexander and Olga. They arrived in the Caribbean looking for a new life, a place to disappear from their past. They settled in Bayahibe, built this incredible home, and quietly started buying up land. Locals said they were friendly but private. Baik in Russia, Alexander was known as a philanthropist, even funding the construction of a church. There were rumors he planned to build another one in the Dominican Republic. They seemed to have it all: a paradise retreat, wealth, and a future. Then, on the night of August 10th, 2003, their dream turned into a nightmare. Alexander and Olga were found dead inside their mansion. The official story from the authorities was vague: a family conflict. But that explanation never satisfied anyone. The whispers started almost immediately. Some said Olga was having an affair with Alexander's brother, Alexei. Others pointed the finger directly at Alexei, claiming he was the one who pulled the trigger. But none of these theories were ever proven. The case just went cold. What makes this story truly chilling isn't just the murder, it's what happened after. The couple's children had been sent back to Russia years before. They were just kids, too young to understand the extent of their parents' wealth or what they owned so far away. For over 20 years, the case remained a silent, forgotten tragedy. Until now. In 2024, their son, Vladimir Betin, now a grown man, made a shocking discovery. He found out his parents still technically owned property in Bayahibe, including the infamous White House. But there was a problem. Someone else was living there. Someone else claimed to own it. According to Vladimir's lawyer, the mansion was transferred under highly suspicious circumstances. The new owner was a local attorney named Carlos Manuel Vasquez. The documents he used to claim ownership were allegedly signed by Alexander and Olga just days before they were murdered. The signatures, many now believe, were forged. This paints a much darker picture. It suggests the house wasn't inherited, it was stolen. Of course, Vasquez and his defense team tell a completely different story. They argue the house legally belonged to both Alexander and his brother, Alexei. They claim that after the murders, Alexei transferred his half of the property to Vasquez as payment for legal services because he could would unpay his fees. They also maintain that Alexei was eventually declared innocent of any involvement in the crime. And the story gets even stranger. The murder weapon. It was said to belong to a construction worker who had been doing renovations on the mansion at the time. A convenient detail, or a clue, that points to a wider conspiracy. We don't know. Then, another layer unfolds. Reports began to surface, suggesting that international authorities, including the FBI and Russian investigators, were involved in the initial probe. And among all the theories, family drama. A lover's quarrel there was one possibility that investigators supposedly considered above all others: the Russian mafia. But if they suspected organized crime, why did the investigation just stop? There were no arrests, no public conclusions, nothing. It's like the case hit a brick wall and everyone just walked away. Today, key court records are missing. News articles from that time are scarce. Even the Russian media barely mentions the story of two of its citizens murdered abroad. It's almost as if someone powerful wanted this entire incident erased from history. The White House of Bayahibe itself has a strange history. After the murders, it was seized by the state, donated to a local university, and then, years later, returned to private ownership by a court order. It still stands there today, a silent monument to an unsolved crime. So what really happened that night? Was it a simple, tragic family dispute that spiraled out of control? Was it a calculated property grab, planned by someone who saw an opportunity? Or was it something far more sinister, an organized crime hit disguised as a domestic incident? The truth is, no one knows for sure. And that's what makes this story so unsettling. Because when wealthy foreigners with mysterious backgrounds suddenly vanish, when official records disappear, and when a brutal crime leaves almost no trace, it's usually not by accident. It's because someone, somewhere, wanted it forgotten. But in Bayahibe, the story of the White House and the family that died there refuses to stay buried. And as their son now fights to uncover the truth, maybe, just maybe, some of its secrets will finally come to light. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating and mysterious as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into unsolved cases. Let me know your theories in the comments below. See you next time.